We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. I'll ask for returns for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video. Helps out the YouTube channel and lets me know you appreciate the time and effort I put into making these videos. So here we are with DWAC, DWAC, Digital World Acquisition Corp, and how it's holding up is looking pretty strong. And even though it keeps on trying to go higher, the fact that it's holding up from these lows and consolidating in this area, even though it's kind of pointing downwards here, we are going to break it all down. It is showing some strength, and we're going to talk about what's really holding back DWAC right now. And also, I started to see more information on when this possible merger could happen. I know a lot of people have been asking that as well in the comments down below. But before we break it all down and we look at the data and all the information going on moving forward with DWAC, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. Definitely one you do not want to overlook. It was a spectacular opportunity, and if you want to become part of this and get in on early with us, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. And we're going to jump right into it here with Digital World Acquisition Corp, who's going to merge with Trump Media, Truth Social platform. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations, and if you want to get in on early on opportunities like these, we look for them every single day. Check out the link down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining you'll become part of a growing community of investors all looking to learn and grow together. So these are the stocks I mentioned this morning. Every single one gave us opportunities of 5 to 10%, 10 to 20%, but the home run of the day was a stock that we caught really early. It needed volume. It had less than 300,000 in volume. If it didn't pick up, I was going to move on, but the news and excitement for this stock was too good to overlook, and it turned out to be the home run of the day and one of the top traded stocks for the day as well when it came to volume. We caught this one as it was pulling back in the pre-market at 196, and in a matter of 30 minutes it ran up nearly 50% to 70% plus at its highs, right? And 42 Vision showed the complete strength of movements and also the weakness here for a second run of 40% plus again. Now at the highest point from the moment I mentioned it all the way to the peak, it gave a highest point of possibility of 90% plus, guys. If this is something you want to become part of and you want to get in on early with us in the pre-market every single day, we're looking for opportunities like these. We strive for home runs. You can join us. Check out the link down below in the description. We look forward to having you join us. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with DWAC, Digital World Acquisition Corp. It had a nice run today after dipping to lows here of $61 and went up to almost 70 at 69. It got rejected. That $70 mark was super important, and we are seeing a roof here, right? As you would call it, not a floor, but a roof, a ceiling, right? Where things kind of are getting rejected around that area of $70 and $69 pretty quickly. That is something that the bulls need a breakthrough to then get towards 77 and break out, using it as a support to reach newer highs. Now the fact that it came from down here back up to these levels, and we zoom out and it's still a little bit higher than the lows from way back here, there is some strength in the chart on the 30-minute and overall. But when you actually go ahead and zoom out and look at this from the 1 day, things start to look a little interesting. And I have an article for you guys that a lot of people are trying to overlook, or at least they're trying to ignore. That's really what the chart is trying to show here. Investors don't want to listen to it, but if it continues to hit headlines and keeps on popping up, and investors that weren't aware become aware of it, they're probably going to listen to it and start making it reflect in the chart, creating fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And that is something that I want every single investor to be aware of, and we're going to break down that article together on what's going on. But also we're going to look at when this is going to merge, and I think that is something that's also slowing down some of the movement. But the fact that it's holding up, I want every single investor and viewer to be aware of this. From way down here and not testing newer lows and staying above $50, that is some real strength here, and it's showing without even merging that Truth Social is going to be competition for Twitter and other social media platforms like Facebook. Now parent company is Meta, and others on that list. Pinterest, everything you can think of that is social networking and a social platform where people can express themselves. So that is something to take into consideration, that without Truth Social even merging yet, this is showing some real strength. So let's look at it here on the 1 day so you can see what I'm talking about. So on the 1 day, this should be very, very exciting if you are a DWAC holder or investor or someone that just recently got in on the dip or has been considering to catch this once momentum picks back up. This right here is super exciting, but it's just the beginning, okay? On 42 vision, it is transitioning from red to dark green, but it needs to extend larger. This is a way too small of a candlestick like it was right here. I stated this one needs another one that's bigger than it to grow above it, and if it didn't do that, it was going to stagnate and eventually continue downwards. That's what we've seen. And for this one to really turn into a real reversal, it needs to be a larger one and a larger one above it to push it upwards, do that staircase effect, and reach newer highs. But right now, the main thing is it just got started. That's a good sign. We need to see if this reversal can hold up. And down here, we have the volume bar, right? In green. That is super important for every single investor to be aware that this green volume bar means that there's more inflow than outflow, creating that upward traction that we're starting to see here on the 30-minute from way down here to up here. Now we need this to hold. So there's some key support levels. The first one is $61. If it gets broken through, this could reach newer lows, and I would watch between 61 and 58. And what the bulls need to break through up here is $70, not 69, but $70. Push off from it, right? Do that staircase effect, go towards 77 up here, and continue that upward momentum. And we'll have to reanalyze other resistance levels up in this area and see how things level out. But right now, the move so far from those lows way down here at $54, $55 has been phenomenal. And this is a clear sign of strength as long as it stays above 61 and even $58. We don't want to see this just go right back down. We want this to create a move and continue to do the staircase effect from where it started and continue upwards to newer highs, so we can continue seeing those resistance levels and strength of momentum. Now, what is really holding back DWAC right now in the short term? So this is what we've talked about before, and it was actual news that we have here, right? Pomerantz Law Firm investigating claims that on behalf of investors, Digital World Acquisition Corp has actually done something it shouldn't have done, okay? And basically, the article reported that Trump's efforts to take Trump Media and Technology Group public via merger with DWAC, which is to bring to the light, right, and bring to the public, right, through a public offering here of Truth Social's value to the markets. Doing this involved a discussion of mergers with DWAC's founder before DWAC itself went public. This is basically something that's not supposed to happen. These are discussions that may have violated federal security laws, which prohibit SPACs from planning mergers conducting their initial public offerings. On this news, DWAC stock and warrant prices have fallen sharply, okay? Now, if this turns out to be a true statement, not just fugazi or negative news or negative headlines trying to drop it, right now shorts can't really attack this stock, okay? So this isn't going to even help shorts in the long run or even short term or anything. This is actually something that can become alarming, where it can make DWAC not even allow the merger to process and also just delist it from the opportunity, and Truth Social from $10, if you really think about it, all the way to $170 made the gains that any stock going public would take 10 years to make in 2 days. And basically showing that if these statements turn out to be true and DWAC goes through these hurdles and it can't get past it, and it actually becomes a violation that they talked before DWAC went public and so forth, like it was all, actually planned before the stock even went public, and it was known and the merger was confirmed, not at the time that they told everyone, but if not way before it. This is going to make the stock fall. Okay, a lot of people are overlooking this. I'm not a bear. I am a very focused individual. That's what I try to be as much as possible. I am unbiased, and I want this stock to fly because we've already caught it at $11. We traded it both days. I mean, it was a total of about 1,000+% of opportunity, and even the days after, and every single time this stock has pulled back, and we have seen it in these levels with 42 vision. I have pointed it out that we could see a possible dead cat bounce or reversal, right, forming. It doesn't mean that it's guaranteed, but we've caught it at these levels, and we've seen it jump back up 10 to 20%, 20 to 30%, just from looking at the charts with 42 vision, as we've pointed it out and seen it. But this is something that's alarming, and something that I have read over again and again to just make sure that what I'm reading is true, and it can actually put a pause on this merger. So from here till the merger, there is no true, significant, capsulating, affirming decision yet. Like, just because the merger agreement has been done, if this was talked about before DWAC going public and choosing Truth Social, it could be a big hurdle for DWAC. Now, if it turns out to be just a bearish report, which there's not many bears here, the only bears are those that are selling, it is going to be something that's going to be left in the past. But if it's not, it's going to reflect in the chart, and we've already seen, like I stated, from $10 to 170, this has moved up nearly 17x what it takes for a big company to grow into without even showing revenue yet, and finally becoming profitable over time of anywhere from 5 to 10 years. So either DWAC, that was the chance, or it's just getting started. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. Do you think it's just getting started, or this is going to be a tough situation to overcome? Because right now there is no real shorts that can really put pressure on the stock itself, DWAC, right now. But let's talk about when the merger date is. And from here to then, there's just so much uncertainty that either this is going to run on just hype and speculation again, or on the confirmation that this hurdle has been removed. I think that is one of the biggest things holding the stock down. If not, this would be taking off like nothing, like literally a flying rocket. Also, volume has been lower than usual, but steadily climbing little by little. So right here it states a very important thing. They're basically stating that Trump Media wants to go ahead and merge and bring Truth Social to the public, right, through this merger. The upcoming social media platform is scheduled to go into beta launch this month, and then see a nationwide launch in the first quarter of 2022. So just by that alone, I believe that this is going to have a whole entire public merger date around the beginning of next year, because they're going to try to bring it out with the social platform being public. So that is the main thing right now that I've noticed. This is the clue. But with this hurdle, it's not even guaranteed right now. This could be just fugazi, or it could be a true statement. Like I said, I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. I would love to see you guys share your insight, what you think about it, because that article is pretty alarming, and it is something to be aware of, okay? And it's also saying here, investors can probably count on the deal going through, but Digital World still looks like a high-risk investment, and not much is known about Trump Media Social, right? The Truth Social platform, which we all know that already, right? But it's basically saying here a confirmation, an affirmative statement, when they're basically ignoring this, okay? And this came out November 1st. This came out, let's state here and see, November 2nd, okay? The next morning, almost like disregarding that information. So this right here seems pretty bullish. and it's showing that it could be coming towards the first half of 2022. So I'm excited about it. We'll see what happens. We'll see how things go through. I hope that this is just something to distract investors and it's basically showing in the charts. If not, these charts would not be sitting like this sideways. I personally believe that's the main thing holding this down, and it could actually turn it into a reality of holding it down even further just because more people start actually paying attention to it, considering it, or reading through it and noticing that there could be a hurdle that DWAC and Trump Media with Truth Social need to go through to prove that this could merge, and this is not the case of what they are stating before DWAC actually went ahead and went public itself. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.